Hello everyone, Joe Jacobs here with Mortgage Connection, and I am thrilled to have the one and only Shannon Lazorko with me here today. Shannon, thanks so much for taking some time to have a little chat with me.
Thanks for having me.
So we're gonna kind of do this as just a rapid question. Just wanna get to know Shannon, get to understand you in the mortgage business a little bit. So I'm gonna start with kind of a story. How did you get into the mortgage business, or what's your journey?
So that's a really long story, so I'll try to keep it short. Way back when I was about 19 years old, I was a waitress at Kelsey's, which I don't even know exists anymore. And I worked across the street from a bank that shall remain nameless.
Okay.
And the branch manager at that bank used to come across and bring her staff for lunch every Friday.
Yeah.
And she always requested me.
Okay.
And just one day, she said, I want you to quit your job and come and work for me.
All right, yeah.
And so that started my journey. I became a teller to start off with and sort of worked my way up through Scotiabank. I said the name.
It's okay. Everyone, you're from Scotia. It's all good.
Not that I'm not proud.
Yeah.
It was wonderful because I had a lot of really wonderful female mentors that saw things in me and opened up doors for me.
Right on.
And eventually I was being fast-tracked for a branch manager role.
Yeah.
And decided that was not for me, that I wanted to, really my passion was mortgages. And so I took the leap of faith and became a mortgage specialist, which was, very scary at the time. I did that for 10 years, did very well, and then eventually sort of decided I wanted to be a little bit more independent and work for myself, and became a mortgage broker.
Wow, so it's a journey with a lot of kind of leaps of faith into the unknown.
Yes.
But clearly, the person who the manager there must have seen the sales side, the person side, and saw something in you. And clearly, she was right. So I think we have to give a thanks to the Scotiabank person.
Yes,
we're just gonna say
that's
Scotiabank.
right, and something I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's amazing. So in the mortgage space, obviously you came into the brokering world. What's something that you know now that you wish you had known when you first started as a broker?
This is a really easy question, actually. When I worked for the bank, I was working for the bank. And so I knew their product, I knew my clients there. When I became a mortgage broker, there was so much to the mortgage industry that I had no idea, and things that I had been taught that weren't exactly correct, and there was more nuance to them. And so I had a lot of clients that I went back to say, I gave you the best advice that I could at the time, but I actually know more now, and I'm going to give you different advice.
Sure.
And so it was definitely being able to see both sides of the coin and saying to the clients, you actually have more choice.
Right. So knowing just how many options are out there now for a client compared to if you were just, it's not that you're pigeonholed at a bank, but you're offering one option, the bank's option.
That's right. Yeah. And not that it's a bad option, but that clients have every option available to them, and sometimes they just don't know that.
So maybe on a kind of a similar line, if you were to give a piece of advice to someone new coming into the brokering space, whether from the bank or just new to the industry completely, what's kind of one tidbit you could give them, like, you need to do this day one and it'll lead to success?
So I think the big secret to coming into mortgages or coming into any sales role is understanding that it's about getting the sale first and worrying about how you're going to do that sale or do that business after, because that will all fall into place. I would recommend, if you are coming from a bank, to remember that things are easier when you work for one company. And when you become self-employed, you have to take ownership of your knowledge, of your process, and let go of things that you knew and be humble enough to accept what you now need to learn. That was what happened to me.
Right.
If you are brand new into the industry, I'm going to tell you it's not easy. People often come into this industry thinking it's a quick way to make money. It actually isn't. It's very, very difficult. It takes about 2 to 5 years, depending on how aggressive you are, to be successful in this business, and you can't ever take your pedal off the gas.
Yeah.
So, and remaining humble the whole time, because you're constantly learning every single day, because things change every single day.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
You can do it for 25 years. You're still like, I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah.
But I mean, one thing you haven't mentioned that I think is incredible, especially when you're talking new bankers, like one of the roles you did have at your former employer was like training nationally for sales reps, and you've brought that into our space too, and we've had lots of bankers come in the space, and I know that you've provided tremendous mentorship and value to them coming into the space because you speak their language, you know the struggles they're going through and how to approach this side correctly. So we can't thank you enough for that either. So going on kind of your own personal brokering business, what's one thing that you are most proud of or that you think sets you apart? You're obviously a remarkable broker, but there's more than one thing, but what's maybe one thing that you could share that you think you do extremely well or that is a difference maker for you, your business, and your clients?
I think for me, and it's just been from day one, my clients are my friends. They are real people to me, and I don't drive my business through sales. I sort of treat my clients like I'm their mom. What advice would I give to my kids when you're getting your first mortgage, when you're getting your second mortgage? I want them to know that I have their best interest at heart, and sometimes that means that I refer them back to where they came from or that I advise them to go somewhere else. I really do believe what you put out into the world, you get back. Yeah. And if you give the right advice, that only helps you in the long run. And it makes me sleep well at night knowing that no matter what I do, I'm doing what's best for them.
I mean, that's an incredible statement because this is one of the most interesting sales jobs out there where the most successful brokers are the ones that just consistently do the right thing for the client, and you're a shining example of that. The mom thing's a kind of interesting thing because I actually remember speaking to one of your clients about something one time. I don't remember why. I think we were talking to them together, and they actually referred to you as their mortgage mom.
Yes.
So that you might have that label out there, and that's a pretty good label to have. Everyone needs moms in their life, so that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna do kind of a total takeaway from the mortgage space because mortgages aren't the most exciting thing. Shannon's not just a mortgage broker. Give us one thing you're super passionate about that people might not know about you, but that's outside of the mortgage space.
So I have two things that I'm really passionate about. In my early days, I sang with the Calgary Opera and classically trained for 18 years. And when I had my kids, I retired from that because it's a very, very big commitment. And so I made the difficult choice. Not that I don't still love to sing, but that was just too much at the time. As my children are now grown, I decided that I would dip my toe into playing poker. So in 2021, I played my very first tournament and folded my way to the money. And I was hooked from there, and so decided to get some professional coaching. I fly all over the world to play tournaments just so I can see places, and it's a really nice sort of empty nester type of thing to do. And, sadly, I treat it like a business. It's not fun for me. Okay. So I treat it just like I do my mortgage business, where I'm very careful at how I manage my money, my travel expenses, that sort of thing, and want to be the best at it. So it's a lovely sort of side job, I guess, that I do.
Right, yeah.
And I love everything about it.
Wow, okay. Kind of shattering glass ceilings everywhere. Banking world, taking that over. I'm sure the poker space isn't filled with rock star females like you, so you're probably, forming a path there for others to follow your footsteps too. That's pretty cool. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me here.
Thank you.
Shannon Lazorko, incredible mortgage broker, opera singer, and professional poker player all in one. One of the absolute best brokers in the space. So if you have any mortgage needs, need anything, obviously reach out to a broker, and I would recommend Shannon Lazorko. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thanks, Joe.